I went and played some League of Legends, and now
600 range hero against
I went to try out something that I got an idea from League of Legends. There's this hero that's kind of similar to Riki. He actually looks more like the Joker from Batman than Riki, but his style is kind of like it. It's just a little, maybe you could say arguably a little bit of a mix of Phantom Lancer, but not really. Because Phantom Lancer, well, he has an illusion skill, but it's only one illusion, and it's considerably more powerful, so it's kind of more like Chaos Knight than Phantom Lancer. Yeah, but anyways, people would think of, oh, they picked a Crystal Maiden. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'll watch it later. I was listening to another game that somebody's broadcasting. Anyway, so I take the middle. I want to see who's their solo mid. I want to check out their items right away. So I'm just really positioning myself very aggressively at the beginning. But here's Pudge. He's just positioning himself, you know, way back here. And I think he probably sees me with this tower. So it's almost like he's thinking, my lane opponent's gonna be Riki. Maybe this is kind of easy. Or maybe he's just thinking, I better get myself on those runes early. So he's planting his own ward and make sure you get that planted.
There's just so much range, so much follow-up, and
so I start with a smoke screen as usual, and in case you're wondering about the HUD, this user interface forever,
you do have the frostbite, so you can maybe get the seconds on me, but I think.
Well, I mean,
I get the rune at top, it's invisibility, so that's how come he's not rotting me. Anyway, this is the International 3, this is the HUD that you get for buying the compendium. So if you want this HUD, it's just $9.99, and you also get a Battle Points booster that'll last until the... It'll last like through August, approximately. So, and it's a huge boost. It's pretty effective. You get battle points, a lot of them, and like because of that, you get way more items. But the thing is, your items are pretty much all going to be commons and uncommons anyway. So, but whatever. It's just as usual. You just get the usual items. You just get them more often. That's all. And then what was I saying? You also supposedly, if they can sell enough of them, then you're getting a mortal item, which I have no idea what it is. It's probably gonna be as crappy as this interface. But you know, some people might like it.
They get the Lena as well. Undying Triline is back looming.
It really is. I mean,
oh, they're playing an Undying. That's awesome. Okay, anyway,
really gives me flashbacks of 2010, 2011 Triling, where that's all they did.
We have basically a dual lane versus a dual lane in both lanes. So nothing too unusual, honestly. I mean, this is pubs on the weekend.
You cannot pull your way back into just Triline.
And right now we got the Pudge for Riki to deal with, and he's trying to get close, and I'm running out of creeps, so I smoke him because I don't want him hooking me. And he's still trying to walk around the creeps looking for a good hook. I'm staying behind the creeps. Here comes new creep wave, so that gives me a lot of room to breathe. And this happens for quite a while. There's a lot of dancing around. He's got like 4 last hits. I only got like 2. So I'm actually doing pretty bad early on because I'm trying to make sure I don't get rotted too much. Because I don't have much burst health. And until I have my boots, I'm not going to be able to regenerate very quickly the rot damage off of me. So I have to be careful not to take too much rot damage, really. So I'm really not able to last hit as I please at this moment. And yet, I'm able to make a very nice kill that Pudge steals from me by suiciding, running away.
That's a pretty big deal.
So don't underestimate smokescreen, particularly against somebody like Fudge, but anybody really. It's good against everybody, so people that don't pick it up first have no clue how to play the hero.
Yeah, Woodrunner got one. Pretty nice pickup.
The way they're supposed to. They just play him the way they think they're supposed to, and it's all
I'm
wrong.
personally a little bit surprised the fact that Brony has got 2 points.
Now, the League of Legends, the hero, his name is Shaco,
2 points of acid spray by
and
now.
like as I said before, he looks like Joker.
Not too much damage, really, but
from
still
Batman.
the extra damage you might need to get that one extra last hit in. But
his AoE disable is not as effective as smokescreen, but it's still pretty good, and it still works kind of the same way. Like, basically, instead of the smokescreen just making people miss,
oh, QQQ,
because
a little
they
bit
can't
trouble is
cast
actually fighting
spells.
against 2 heroes. They have really left for the Fable
What
comes.
it does
Nice
is
recovery
it
coming up
forces
from
the enemy
Shaco shot
to run
onto
away,
2.
kind of,
Great play.
basically.
LSA is going to follow through
Which
as
is
well.
almost the
And
exact
here
same
comes the
thing as
Magnus
if
on the
to
background.
say
He's gonna
that,
drop the RPG
you
just
smoke
for
somebody
one
and they always
shockwave.
run
There's
out of
gonna
the
be a
smoke
shockwave
screen,
for kill. Magic
then it would
Stick up here
accomplish
for
the same
burning.
thing.
I don't think he make it out there.
So definitely smokescreen can do
Long
more
dive.
things.
Crystal made a hat
But
drop with Nova on the 2 supports.
one advantage
Because
to
the 2 supports
Shaco's
are right
ability
here, and DK
is that
made
it's
a very
also
sloppy
trap.
rotation. Suddenly,
So you can plant it as if it was an observed reward, and wait for somebody to walk over it, and then it hits them. So in this case, then you could blink on them or whatever and start killing them. That's pretty cool. You could be like at a distance and then closing on them and take advantage. Plus, that trap actually does damage too. So it's like kind of a combination between the smokescreen and Techie's landmines. So it's pretty cool. It actually does damage as if it was like a regular unit and then expires after like a couple seconds or so. So it's pretty. It could be pretty effective. It'll do more damage depending on if you've leveled it up or if you've got more ability power or whatever. Which is like to say, if there were a bunch of items like Veil of Discord in Dota 2, then it would be like it'd be kind of like saying buying a magic wand would increase the damage of the trap or something like that. But that obviously doesn't happen. But if you do have a magic wand, you can smokescreen more often. But that doesn't mean smokescreen's going to be more effective. So that's one thing that Dota is kind of nice for. The skills are just really strong. They don't necessarily need the help of other stuff. But it's still a very effective skill, and I like it even for just the disable, and not necessarily for the damage. Sometimes the damage is nice too. Now that hook, I don't even know how that happened, but it must have been because I wasn't used to using voice chat, but I was doing it anyway. Because it's been a while since I've been playing the Dota 2, as I said, I was playing League of Legends. And it actually happens to me, I forget that it'll happen to you if you use voice chat against Fudge. You have to be careful. You have to
No way to say that. I'm dying now. TV's back again.
You have to keep your focus on dodging the hooks at all times. You can't even chat to your teammates, not even with voice chat. If you do, you can get hooked. And that's exactly what happened. I was trying to tell them something, and I shouldn't have been. So, whatever. Yeah, keep that in mind. Pudge is just you make a very, very minor mistake for just even a second.
Yeah, but
you're gonna pay for it.
Obvious. They have 2 wards.
That's all there is to it. And it's basically a free kill for Pudge. And that's why some people think it's a super easy hero, and they're right.
Well, telekinesis and a Fable. Yeah, and that's gonna pick up that kill. Great play here out of the Magnus. I haven't seen 2 RP used by the enemy mark.
But I got Omni Knight to cover my back as I'm making these kills up here on top. And don't quite get the kill on Bane. But on the other hand, I survive.
Who hasn't been involved in any of the action so far.
So at this point,
it's more space for Antimate's free farm.
I do have 1 assist, Queen's got 2 kills, and Omni Knight's got 2 assists. And Spectre dies, so that helps out our scores even more. So a 3rd assist for Omni Knight. The Radiant themselves, the creeps take the kill there. Pudge is looking to retreat here, it looks like. So what ends up happening is by this time I have built a strength and some gold saved up.
He's got
And
now to prevent some of these wards spotting his rotations. I like how he walks to lane because it means if action breaks out somewhere else, he can still TP to counter. If you TP to a lane,
as you might be able to guess,
so much time.
The Diffusal Blade can
When
actually
you
be
put
pretty
down the
effective
early
against
ward,
Pudge,
you will also see down the enemy when they
particularly
place
if
down
you
the ward,
can
they
farm the
see
Manta style,
TK's ward getting placed, so they
because
can
you can
see,
slow him to keep him in your
now
smoke
off.
screen and
I
he's
like the
rerotting
fact
himself.
he buys the smoke from
And if
himself,
he
now
ever gets
meets
out,
his
which he's
support
probably not going
jungle,
to,
and they're going to be looking for one of the biggest
he's not going to have
stats.
enough
This
mana
is
to be able to
put
dismember you
into
probably
match
or
work
hook you.
against them. They're like, oh yeah, nobody's coming to gank us.
But
But here comes a full squad
thing is,
of DK members, and they will even cut through because they
Diffusal Blade's even more effective against Bane,
Clockwork Coke means a double kill right here.
because he's,
That's
for
a
an
two-man
intelligence
cause.
hero,
Beautiful cause
he's really
here.
dependent on his
Teams are not
mana
even gonna
pool,
get
because
dropped.
how
They will
expensive his
bring them
spells
down.
are,
And support
and how
TP
poor
coming
his
in.
intelligence gain is, because he's got actually pretty good strength and agility
Rubik's the only one who could potentially. I guess Mag can come with
stats.
fewer and shockwave damage, but
And so to
I
compensate, he's
don't
got
think he
less
would've gone
intelligence than
well at all
the
for
average
Mag keeping
intelligence
it.
hero
Yeah, they
would.
really needed that one. As KYXY really
So
gonna
Diffusal
come
Blade
back and
really
make
hurts
play.
this guy a
You
lot.
gotta be very careful.
And it can be effective against her. You smoke her, and then she's not able to use Wind Run. You keep her in the smoke with the Diffusal Blade, and make her run out of all that mana. She's not going to be able to focus fire
Still
you.
farming away on the bot lane. He's very close to that
Even
mech, so
mid and late game, when she
generally
could like
13
Monkey
minutes
King
is
Bar
where
and
he wants to
Maelstrom and
have
stuff
it.
like
He's
that.
actually gonna get it earlier.
It's gonna hurt her, right?
Oh, nice and nice.
So
by
against these three heroes, Diffusal Blade is going to be
high ground to
amazing.
low ground. But yeah, Darkseid
What about
only blocks his
Slardar?
mech by 13. He doesn't
Inspector?
have his arcane boost right now.
He
So
doesn't
that's
have
Well,
why-
against Spectre, it'll put out plenty of damage.
Right, so
so
it's
it'll be
not
effective
really
against
that.
her.
Well, if you go for big pushes right now, then it's good.
Oh, what's up?
There's just nothing to write home about getting an 11-12 machine.
Yeah, it really depends
My
on how
brother's
DK
making a
use it.
bunch
If
of
they
noise,
farm
but
with
I'm
this
not
mech,
sure why.
this is not what I really want to see. Alchemist is one of the kind of the best early game heroes where you could just turn on your Chemical Rage and start diving towers. When you have Crystal Maiden, really long initiation range, when you have the nice follow of the Tombstone, you could actually get a ton of kills and then tower kills
Anyway,
when you have the mech. So let's see if that's going to be what they're
what was I
doing.
trying
They've
to
shown
say?
that they want to do that. They had the smoke rotation
Basher
with the clockwork, and I feel like they need to.
is
exact
going to
same
be
thing again.
effective
Pick
against
up
all
another
these
smoke,
heroes.
clockwork with the
Keep
support.
them in the
Maybe even
smoke.
bring the Darkseid because he's got the mech now and just take
And
out.
Surge, Iron Shell, these are great.
But it'd
You
also
can have
be nice
Alchemist
against
farming alone and go
Slardar.
for a 4-man thing,
Slardar is very
or you bring the
difficult
4 hero
for Riki
smoke
to
to the
deal with
Alchemist,
at
which is top
times.
lane. They want to get that T1 tower. They can maybe do so
He,
with the 4 hero smoke.
Yeah, the other big thing that I'm going to be
You can
looking
walk
for
up
Darkseid,
to
which is going to be difficult for him,
next to
is
you,
how
your
quickly
smoke
he
screen.
is.
Instant replay.
There
you go.
Summon
Oh yeah, man,
Dash.
2-man hook, Cogs.
Which
I'm
can hit
surprised
you.
that he didn't drop. Oh, that was
And then
next.
that can be really problematic.
that was some
They
fun
could follow up
stuff.
with like amplified
Well, the
damage.
BTS production value, guys.
Didn't matter.
Burning Suns himself because he's scrap.
So what do you want to do?
Burning who?
Burning him.
Oh,
Did I say that?
Is,
Did I just say that?
You'll blink strike to him, like right away. You probably won't have your smoke screen because you've used it on somebody else.
Actually, call us for 100.
You just blink strike on him,
That was a joke, by the way.
and then hopefully you get a quick bash.
We're not allowed.
And then with that quick bash, you should be
Not allowed to
dead.
play. Only the last allowed to play.
But you can't do that with a Diffusal
We
Blade.
rushed
You can't
him,
just
no
slow
way, I
him and
understand.
then blink
The
on
players
him.
and teams are ready,
Vice
guys. We'll
versa.
help ourselves back into the game
He's
now.
still going to be able to stomp you
Here we go.
if you get
3,
that
2,
bash
1,
in.
unpause.
Then
I
he's
mean, we
the one
mentioned
that's
another
dead.
smoke thing. I think especially DK after the success of the first
So
smoke
against
thing, why not go
tough
for
strength
Slardar?
heroes that
They were
really
falling
punish you
behind, and that
hard,
smoke ain't work. So let's see an
like
upload.
Slardar,
Yeah, smokes is
Bash is
actually
the key
really
item.
useful for heroes like
Tusk
Undying
might be
and
another good example, or
CM,
even
which
Pudge
they're
if
very
he gets
slow
out of
in
control.
movement speed. Gaining that movement
Actually,
speed
in
and
this case, it
gaining
doesn't look like
position
he's
drop
going
of
to.
Tombstone decay, as well as the rest
But,
of your spells is
The Slardar is pretty well farmed. It's
So-
got like an overaxe and
These
treads.
smokes are expensive early on, but
So,
very well worth it if you could find entire
Bash is a really
hero
solid
or
item.
hero
And then,
kills as a result. But so far, it seems like
thanks
they're just
to
trading
Shaco,
farm and
they got
this
the
is not-
idea
this
to
is the
follow
time where you
the Basher
look at
up
Mushi and
Beatles.
see what he's got. He's got 76 CS.
So,
He's very close to finishing that Battle Fury, and he's gonna have like
My
a
Shaco's
14-minute
different.
Treads Battle Fury and Calling Blade. And
he's got
he's
his blink
about
strike,
to explode out of
basically gives him a
That'll be
3
your
critical
14-minute
strike.
battle for your
is how it
18,
works.
19-minute Manta style if you just flash farms neutrals and maybe even see some neutral stacking going on.
It's
and
also
then
what
just
gives him
gain
his
some farming.
invisibility.
That's not level
So it's
2.
pretty
This is the
interesting
orange
skill.
support.
It does
Yep,
so much
both with
in,
2
in
CS,
one skill.
both with very
Uh,
little network.
you
At
blink
the same time, DK have a crystal
and
maiden
go
who
invisible with
always
that
can be in a
tiny
similar
blink.
boat, but it's
So,
working on
I'm not
Undying
sure if they know
getting
where you
farm
blink
and
to,
items.
but
We're not
I'm
really
thinking
seeing just
no.
yet. Has a gauntlet, maybe going to build towards
So you're
an urn,
invisible
so
and you
I
just
don't think they're going to
teleport,
be
and then
out-farmed by the
invisible
opponent's team
afterwards
supports here,
for,
but it's still, why not get some
2 or 3
support
seconds or
some
so.
farm on these supports,
And
like Nettle
within that time, you know, you
even
can
Lena hero that can benefit from
do
some
whatever,
arcane boost,
and,
something like a 4-staff as well.
I just want to point out that we
Your next
probably
attack
made
is gonna
statistic
be
on Ned's
critical
farm
strike.
this game. He's probably got more farm right
So,
now than the 3 other support game he had
pretty
combined because he's
Pretty cool.
2-0 and 2. He's pulling neutrals.
The special kind of
He's
critical
hitting level
strike,
6
though.
on a good time on Rubik. He's actually made some good play. The dive early on tier 1.
At low levels,
round,
it's not very
because
much.
DK
It's like
kind of
less than
overcooked.
regular critical strike.
And then the good,
Then it does
observer
more
ward that
and
allowed
more
him to
as
get
you
a
get
kill on the
level up.
blocker mid.
And then you can even get items like the
I think even when
League of Legends
the
equivalent of the
previous
data
game
list to
had more
improve
that's
it
just orange
even
play, so I
more.
don't think you can say it's
Actually
play by
improves
him. I don't think
your skill even
Definitely
at
not,
level
yeah.
1, I guess,
it's
apparently.
oranges.
But anyway,
That's how they play really sacrificial
They have
on
three
supports,
three
yeah.
core heroes who get a lot of farm, and then the supports are just there, giving them a dominant early game. They go for a lot of early game smoke ganks, a lot of early game aggression. It comes at the cost of their supports not getting farm. Completely different to a team like
so he's got
Alliance, who
that's his
love
first
getting
skill. And
farm
the second
supports.
skill
Akion is Gen will
is
just
the
rise all that. That's actually the one time when
smoke
Orange
screen,
will get farm on their
and then
supports,
what is
when
his
they keep
third
that
skill? His
extinct
third
a
skill
little bit. Otherwise, it's
is actually like
Well,
emulating
actually, I
the
want to talk a
slow
little
of
bit
the
about the
smoke
Alchemist,
screen, but it's actually
item
his passive.
as he has
So,
himself a Ring of Health, and then now goes for the Blast Source. So,
Battlefield.
But it's inactive too,
is
so
kind of the thing.
it's kind of like, I guess you could say it's similar to like Shadow Dance in that it has a passive and inactive.
Playing a little bit more aggressive in terms of like a
I guess actually a lot of
They
League of
can get
Legends
kills.
skills are
I
like
think it's-
what's like ultimate.
I think
in
Shadow
that
Blade is
way.
an option. I think
But,
the Battlefield is not all about.
anyways, what it
farm.
does
It's
is
also one of
it's
the
kind of
best damage items in the game. Yeah. It's one of the most cost-effective damage items in the game as we hop out.
kind of like I have Scotty, you know,
As far as
and then it
fighting early on,
slows.
it's good. Shadow Blade
passively.
also great cost-effective damage item. So the problem
But
is
then
if you
you
go
could
Battlefield
also,
and Shadow Blade, it's two items which are really good
throw,
offensively, really cost-effective.
throw
but
like a
you don't
dagger
have
at the
anything
opponent, like
defensive, you don't
Phantom
have
Assassin's
anything like
dagger,
BKB
as an
or
active.
just any tankiness.
So that's how that works.
Smoking on the bot lane, we talked about the smokes are very effective. Now they're ganking Net. The Net, unfortunately, will be pulling. In fact, I mean,
So
Mushi's
that's
a
his
nice
third
kill.
skill.
Crystal
And-
Maiden,
and,
Frost level, Nova only level 2. If you
and
can
his
force him
ultimate
back, but Mushi's gonna
is
bleed
his
forward.
illusion
Nova
skill.
misses.
What it does
That's
is
gotta be it.
it
The hook,
it
I mean,
has
even
like
hook
mirror
man
image,
series, he's gonna
so
have
your
another
hero
win
does
soon.
disappear.
Well, if they
and
drop the
is
tombstone right
vulnerable
now and you
for
get a Frostbite
split
off,
second or so.
maybe?
It's
But
even pretty
no, actually,
with the
nice to
Frostbite,
have.
they should
ain't worth
focus
it.
on Net. Actually, they cost Crystal Maiden on the high ground.
nice.
Now
And then,
Mushi blinks on the
he's
high ground.
actually
Blink
pops
RP,
back
that's
out
gonna be
and
on
there's
to
his
Reburning will be
illusion
stunning
and
himself.
kind of
The
randomly
Tombstone's doing some work.
situated.
They actually kill Anti-Mage. Alchemist now goes into
So
the
from
ulti
there,
bomb, gets one kill. He's slapping
you've got this
people around. Are they
illusion
gonna search
that
him up
actually
and go
has
for
like
it? No, you
your
search
slow
super. Nice
and
teammate.
any
I
other
was saying right now,
passives.
Winner is getting herself out of there. The surge is coming
Even-
through. Is there a
even
buyback
stuff
from
like
Patrick? There is,
shields,
and now that's a cute retreat
passive
coming out from
automatically
DK.
activating
That was a
shields
three-man RP,
will work on
and
the
they're
illusion,
losing this
which
fight.
is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they're losing
Or at
this
least
fight.
the
And
illusion
they
of it
went
that
back
it's
in.
active
He got the
doesn't work so
full
much.
Alchemist stun, which blew
it's
him
really
up from
not.
like half HP to almost. DK, they've got the mech. There's a fast
Every
timing
trick in the
mech, and
book is
while
available
DK making
level
good use of
to
it, they're
which
now
is
the
pretty
ones
cool.
chasing a
And
high
so,
and he brought down on that Windrunner.
Oh
Well,
my
he does
god,
like
that's
still
stun.
taking-
That's stun.
90%
Drop
damage or
Net
something
takes
like
down
that.
half.
He's just doing
It's
clockwork
not quite
with him though, and that's
100%,
not what you want to do.
but
Not
it's
just
still pretty
clockwork.
effective.
Darkseid with
And
an
then
iron
it
shot
like
with him as
takes
well.
like
3, 4, 5
extra
heroes. I've
damage
lost count how many
on-
kills DK
yeah, I think it
has
like
got
takes
here
like
in bottom lane, but it has
200%
not
damage
been
or
good
something
for
like
Orange
that.
esports fans.
They
But
got
it's
a
still
total
pretty cool.
of 6 kills involving a Rubik that have died and bought back. So I talked about Net's farm early on.
You can just do
Now
so
it's
many
gone.
tricks with it.
It's gone.
Amazing.
He's back to
Certain
the
other
normal
skills.
quota.
The normal Net.
you
And
play a
again,
trap,
this is no
and you walk
disrespect
over
of
to
how
as you're
he's
running away.
playing really,
And
really
the
well.
opponents,
This
as they
is
walk
an
into you,
unfortunate turn of
pop
event,
your
and now
ultimate.
DK is right
So
back.
not only can
The
they
fact
not
that
target
he did
you,
not focus on burning down
then
ASAP,
immediately
the fact that he
after
was able to pop his
they're
ultimate, just
feared
talk about
by
his
your
items.
trap,
It is
and so they're
upper
completely
0
vulnerable
capability.
to you and your
The fact that
illusion
he
just
survived
wailing
without
on
it,
them.
and
It's
all
just
that,
so easy to
it's
get killed just
poor
from that.
communication on
That's
ability
not
to
enough.
focus fire
Then you
on
just
one
use your
target.
first skill
She goes
to
immediately
blink
back to
after
farming.
them
He's straight back
and
top level
attack
11
them one more
in
time
now,
with
so he's-
critical strike.
Despite that
It's
death,
just
that was
really
worst
outrageous. I love
possible
it.
kill
Um,
for Orange to actually happen. Mushi, I mean, he's the
But
one.
anyway, that
who
hero is where I
really
got the idea from with Riki to
Let's
get
go.
follow
Mushi,
critical strike.
He's back to farming. If he hadn't died
Power
there,
of
he'd be
this,
looking at a Battle Fury already up.
um,
And I feel like that's the big thing.
the point of
Orange
it-
didn't need to take that risk. They
I
didn't
mean,
need
you've
to take
already
that
got a
fight.
lot of
If it goes
utility.
wrong for them, I guess.
If they run away, they're going to be
Why
dealing
take
with
that risk when you have
plus
Mushi
65
animated
damage,
without
right?
farming burning on that
That's
Alpha,
pretty
and now
strong.
it's being turned around.
Now, a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
one
people
of
are
the
going to
downside
really
when you
take
have a
advantage of
three-farm
that and
animation on the
get
bot lane.
use a
Say, oh man,
blade
I'm gonna
to
keep my
increase
crystal
it by
all day
even
here
more.
near my tier 1. That means the enemy
I'm
tier
sorry,
1,
that's not
and
65,
that was
that's
really
like
what allowed
double
them to
that,
reinforce
right?
that team fight so
Yeah.
quickly and so rapidly. Mid lane,
Anyway,
Swift is gonna get forced out. TP's gonna get thrown in by our
No, it's not
OTA.
double.
We talked about earlier, I was asking,
I'm
what do you
confused.
do with this early pick? Do you farm with
It's
it,
1
or do you fight or push?
1.25.
They fought, and it was so worth it. They got so
But
much
anyway.
out of it, and now it's got himself the arcane boots. He
Whatever
could
that
be
is,
looking
it's like
for a
maybe
quick
80
Hex hit
damage or
or
something
Shivers,
at this
whatever he
point.
wants.
Well.
Really big play coming out
And
from
of course, you
RTK
can increase it
during that
more by
1v15
buying
fight.
agility items, right?
I like this. He TPs to the tier 2. Are we seeing another smoke?
That's a great idea.
I think we are, yeah.
But
It's gonna be a
in
four-man
you
fight.
are
This time.
effectively increasing your damage output by double compared to where other people
Although I
heroes
say
would.
that the last
That's only if
smoke
the
gank
opponent's
didn't
running
really
away.
start well. It just turned out well when Alpha
So,
there we go. Hook shot
no, that's a
engage.
pure
There's no
finish.
Iron Shell on him, but it's still enough damage to bring down the high. Now there's an Iron Shell coming out. Mag, RP gets used on 2, but is going to be enough. Lena with the first damage brings down the Crystal Maiden. One sister onto another, but Lena going to get brought down by the
Keep
Clock
it
with the
in
Iron
mind.
Shell, as does Magnus. He goes down. Anthony's the only one sort of not at the fight. He's off farming. Rubik, I think, like TP'd out in the middle of that fight. But
This helps
what
when the
a
opponent's done one.
fantastic fight for DK.
That was some hot sister on sister action, but you should have looked good to play MMY instead because you cannot allow Undying to drop off that tomb, decay, and heal everybody back up. CM is a nice kill to pick up, but to win that team fight or give your team a better chance of winning team fight, you should blow it on MMY instead.
Yeah, and it was another, nice Jackal shot. I don't think it's going to matter. There's no follow-up. Just trying to stall this tier 1 tower being brought down, but DK, they're going to commit. This,
Deny here, great play. Also, Surge being picked up by Net, that's a really good spell and important spell to have, especially when you have zombies and Crystal Maiden still on you. That's a very, very powerful spell to pick up, so good job to see him netting it. But looking now, DK going into the mid jungle, putting out a ton of wards, looking to D-ward as well. I think DK has grabbed himself a strong foothold in this game, and Mushi, he still doesn't have his battle finish. This is one of the... Look at his CS, he's got 120 CS in 16 minutes. This is insane.
He's got, I'd say on par. I think I've seen higher CS than Anthony, but still doing fantastic. They haven't brought down any towers. He did die that once. He's got a couple of assists, but I guess there's just nothing apart from that farm that he's been getting. And also some of that farm probably was the need for his own jungle. But Battle Fury now up, so 17-minute Battle Fury. Not bad with the treads. He did win his lane, but he needs to just keep on farming, get the Manta ASAP. It's like you said earlier with when you were talking with Code, it's not just about the Battle Fury. You need the Manta style and +1 item.
Yeah, and if you look at Burning, he's got his Battle Fury. Not only is he farming, he doesn't have Blink, but I think Grieve will allowed him to keep just up. It also depends on how hard his supports are going to be stacking. And also, you got to keep in mind that we are going to be moving into more of a farming stage. DK has used 3 of their smokes. They're out of it right now, and it's going to be Orange that's going to be doing a big smoke gank up on DK. Let's see how quickly DK can react, and they do have all their tier 1 towers still up. It looks like they are going to be coming right on. Oh no, Blink RP, that's going to be hit on too. Skewer backward, where is it? But they are going to really blow him out. Look at Lena doing a ton of work, and looks like it's going to get tossed on the high ground. Nothing just yet. Tombstone gets dropped down as well. I don't think DK should be chasing. Is Burning going to come from behind?
He's channeling the stun. I don't know if he's going to be close enough to get to actually throw this stun out. He's in ulti
Surge.
bomb. Surge, what nice play.
No!
Nope. Not quite.
Yeah, I really
Orange
think that was
get
a poor chase from DK. If you drop a Tombstone, you fight near that Tombstone. If they run away from that team fight, you say, well, too bad. We'll take a fight another time.
Nope, he's not going to get this tier 1 even. Every time Mushi goes to a tower, immediate TP comes in from someone. This time, as with many other times, is Burning on that Alchemist TPing in. It's still a one good fight for Orange, and they make use of one of their smokes here.
Yeah.
The 18-minute mark.
They're very lucky that RTK was not mirrored during the beginning of those RP. If he got his mech off, you're still going to lose one of those 2 heroes, but it would have taken Orange a longer time to get those kills, and that meant that Burning would have been there, MMY would have been there with the Tombstone, so...
if that's a head-on fight, it goes so poorly for Orange, because just looking at these hero levels, DK have all 3 of their core heroes level 11, level 12. Orange, it's only Mag and Antimage. Their Windrunner, not very good on levels. Antimage is the highest level, but Antimage isn't even fighting.
Clockwork Hook in the mid lane here. They find KYXY. The Iron Shot now gets dropped. The Cog should follow through, and I don't think KYXY make it out of there. What did Xing steal? What did Net steal? It's going to be Iron Shot, which is not too usual right now.
Maybe a bit later on you could put on the Mag when he's looking for a Blink RP, or even looking onto the Antimage if he's coming to these fights.
I think DK go Roche now, right?
Do they have the best Alchemist? I don't think they've got a great Roche.
They got Assist, right?
Yeah, they can. It won't be the easiest and fastest Roche, but it looks like they are going to go into the Roche knowing that no Mag up. RP will be up when he respawns, but they're not close enough to contest this.
Yeah, it's really hard to actually walk into a Roshan pit dealing with the Tombstone. So far, we don't have enough physical damage on the Orange side to actually kill the Tombstone as soon as possible. If your anti-mage has Empower on top and maybe BKB, he could safely do so, but not right now. And DK knows that, and they will straight pick up the Aegis. Burning will be taking that one up. And he's up to 2.8k gold. Anti-mage gold check. He's got himself 1500. I'm saying 1500 because he has himself a Blade of Alacrity. So you can see that anti-mage is falling a little bit behind now. He got himself a tower.
That T1 tower brings him back to almost even with burning as far as net worth goes, and that was the trade for DK. It was a slow enough rotation that Anti-Mage had time to bring down the T1 top, and these other, well, the other T1 at bottom, Anti-Mage will get that probably in the next couple of minutes as well, maybe once he starts.
Well,
once
if DK don't TP for it.
Yeah, it's low enough. There's no more glyph anymore. But if actually there is glyph back up, sorry. But if DK looked to group up and take a team fight, Anti-Mage is always at farming. He has not shown any intent to come to team fights, apart from the one at bottom lane, which went horribly wrong.
Ooh, look at this early gem pickup. I was asking, what is ROT going to buy next? It's going to be early. Shiva's back in the top lane. He's going to initiate on Burning, though. Burning got himself his ultimate off first. Yep. Mushi's going to eat a stun to the face. Net just straight up TP out because he knows. Oh, the clockwork cooked you by Vilo, but Chainsaw, where's Mushi blinking? It's blinking up north. And it's gonna straight up TP out. Close! And the mini stun coming up from Super.
That's a huge pickup as well, because DK just going to barrel down this top lane, try and take this tier 2 tower. Anti-Mage, he's just picked up his Yasha. No buyback. Not that he'd want to be buying back at this point in the game, but he needed to blink into those trees.
Sorry about that, guys.
I'm
I
watching
actually
him blink
had
upwards. I'm like, just blink into those trees and
chocolate
TP. There's nothing that can reach you.
I thought because Clockwork had that hook, I thought Mushi was going to make it out home for free, because he know that he can't blink south.
I thought he hooked too early. I thought he was going to wait for that hook.
So it's very difficult
DK, they denied the bottom T1. That hook should have maybe waited
regular.
Mushi misplayed it and they get the kill.
If I can't be regular,
Well,